Okay, so first thing that we're gonna do. So now if you saw the session before, I was just dropping them out and I was holding them stationary. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop them out and then I'm gonna give you a stimulus in terms of which way to break. Everything that we do from a defensive standpoint, we're always reacting to a stimulus. Okay, where the offense, they know where they're going. Defensively, we've got to react. We got to react off of what we see. So again, it's going to be really simple. I'm going to drop them out at a 45, and then I'll point them that way to go 45. I'll point it down in my crotch for them to break straight downhill, or I'll put it back this way to have them plant and break back this way. When breaking, so as they crossover drop out, when breaking, they want to plant off that downfield foot. They want to plant off that downfield foot wherever I point them to go. So if they're breaking at a 45, this next step has got to be pointed at a 45. If I'm breaking them back downhill, that step has got to be flat. Or if I'm breaking them back 45 back at me, he's got to wheel his foot and come out. And when we're working breaks, the thing I'm looking for, are you rounding the cut? Are they good sharp angles, or are you wasting steps rounding the cut? If you're rounding the cut, it's costing you time. Okay, that one step can be the difference between an interception and a PBU, or a PBU and a completed pass. So again, we want to be efficient with our footwork. Okay, we want to come out clean, which means we got to have low pad level. We got to transition our weight on those breaks, and we got to really use our arms to drive ourselves out. So as you see it right here, as he plants, you can kind of see, he plants off that downfield foot, but it's not clean. He's got to plant, takes a step, and then he's coming off that one right there. Here we go, seeing it again, dropping it out at 45. So now I bring him back. Okay, he needs to plant, and then he's got to wheel that foot all the way around. He's got to plant off this foot, sink that hip. See that step right there? It's got to come all the way back. And again, want to gain ground with the second step. Both of these guys just kind of plant, step underneath yourself, and their outside foot is the first foot that actually gains ground. When doing this, you want to be able to plant off that down foot or outside foot, and that next step, your inside foot, you want to gain ground with the second step. Okay? So again, you don't want to take 3 steps to come out, you want to take 2 steps to come out. So that's something I look at. You see right here, because his angle's messed up, he steps and he rounds it coming back. It's not a good sharp angle. Both guys are rounding it coming back. Again, better job. Plant right there. Now, again, it looks like I'm breaking them downhill. I didn't see it. So we want to plant, and that foot needs to go straight down the line. That foot needs to go straight down the line. Okay, but right here, we want to keep that plant foot tight underneath us. Okay, and again, this is a good job of sinking our weight, and coming out. That's a much better job by 14. You kind of see 15 right there. Again, doesn't gain ground with the second step. Okay, kind of steps underneath himself. I'm nitpicking there, but I want him to come out with that second step. So again, you kind of see it here a little bit more progressed. So now you can see the difference between these two. Both of them plant, much better, good pad level. He can sink his butt a little bit, but again, now we got to wheel that foot, get it back open. Okay, it's much better than what it was before. Okay, again, understand, good job by him sneaking a peek, not really so much by him. Okay, again, now, plant, step. Okay, again, understanding the footwork. That's not bad right there. Okay, that's not bad right there by both those guys. Again, you want to set your angle as you break. So now what we're going into is, again, when you got a turn zone at a 45, quarterback holds the ball, you got to turn zone back and then break. So we're adding more movements to our turn zone with the breaks now. So you kind of see it right there. Well, I wheel them at a 45, plant, wheel them at a 45. As you do this now, again, you want to reset your angle. Sneak a peek out here, reset your angle. Okay, now when we break, okay, he's got his plant foot too tight, too wide. That's why he slips a little bit. You want to keep that thing underneath your body. You want to pretend like there's a cylinder around your feet, and you want to step within that cylinder. Do not want your plant foot outside the framework of your body. Okay, so he does a good job right here. Now let's get that near foot or down foot pointed at the angle you want to go. Okay, so again, plant. Again, that's not bad. Again, he can be better, he almost slips, comes out. So we'll see it again under these two guys. So again, work turn zone, plant, wheel, work turn zone, settle, go. Again, you see my man right here. Again, how he plants and how he rounds the cut. Don't want that. He takes 3 steps before he gets going. Okay, I'd like to see him plant, and then come out. Again, you gotta sink his hips, plant, step, burst out. Again, always want to give your guys a finish as to where they're finishing on. Okay, so you see it again. Again, pad level's a little too high. Like him to bring it down. So again, so now we're going to, again, adding in some more footwork into our drops. So now all I'm going to do is either have him shuffle near foot and then drop out of the 45. Okay, so it's still the same deal. So again, just got him shuffling, got him turn zone, okay, and now I'm having him break. Okay, so again, adding the same thing, just adding some more movement to it, okay? Sometimes I just have him near foot break. So it's near foot, oh, it's flange and pass, now I gotta get out, okay? Or sometimes you gotta shuffle. So again, just kind of changing it up a little bit on the movements, but the breaks are still the same. Okay, as you go, that's straight back downhill. You want to plant, come out, Okay, again, not bad right there. That's actually not bad by both guys. I just like to see them right there. They got to kind of take 1, 2 to gather themselves. I like to see them run, plant, come out.